Welcome back to the show. Thanks for liking and subscribing. So, say we have a very valued subscriber to the Steady Show. This subscriber reached out to me the other day and he says, "Stay steady, my friend. There are questions that the IC needs to answer based on their report and the DCP Fitzbailey's response. No one so far has asked these questions. I'd rather email them to you and my opinion rather than posting them here. Please provide me your email address." We're going to talk to him right now. Hit the like button, people. Greetings, my brother. Good morning. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Greetings, greetings.
All right, boss. Yeah, man. One of the things I appreciate, is the fact that every time you touch the Steady Show, you always provide some real good information. You have some information on the Integrity Commission, and feel like they were asked enough questions about these things, and you want to share some thoughts.
Look, Steady, when I saw that,
Yeah.
I look into it and I say, boy, I really feel good. I know this gentleman from time to time use a little bit of the information I provide in the commentary.
Yes, man.
But when this gentleman actually reach out to me, I really feel good. I really feel as if I'm making a real contribution.
Yes, sir, you are.
And I like that.
Respect. Glad to hear that. We don't want to waste your time because time is precious. So, brother,
Very precious.
Yes, sir.
What I'm looking at, right?
Yes.
It's not anything that anybody hasn't heard, It is just that people probably don't think about it along this line, right? When that director at the Integrity Commission had that little, shall we just call it a mishap?
Yeah.
A lot of things were said. I know even Greg Christie is the one who said something that he should have been made to answer for, but so far it's going under the radar. When he said that when somebody asked him, what does this mean for the Integrity Commission? And his response was, go ask the government that. Seemed to somewhat suggest that he knows who did what and who said who to do what. Right?
Yeah.
But that is not the point I want to make this morning, right? It is more some questions I want to ask of them because you see what happened? They brought up this issue in their annual report to the parliament to say that so far, basically, the police has not done anything about the investigation and has not updated them. And Mr. Fitzbailey correctly responded, right, to say that, look, when a crime has occurred against an individual, it doesn't have nothing to do with the workplace. Even if it takes place at the workplace, the police have the obligation to update them boss or so about what is going on with the investigation. The individual will update them boss.
Right.
The thing is, the gentleman was saying that basically he hasn't signed a report with the police because he's fearful. I don't know fearful of what, because the entire world already know that Mr. Evans is the guy who had the money, who was robbed, who was shot. So I don't know what he's fearful of signing that thing to say, yes, I was robbed and I was shot.
Right.
My thing is this, that Fitzbailey brought up something very, very important. He said the withdrawal was something in the region of 700,000 Jamaican dollars. Another statement in that same interview on Clifford's show with Fitzbailey is that this is something that the man does regularly. Apparently it's a monthly thing. Now here where me find some strong suspicions, and if I were Clifford, I would have asked him.
Right.
The government cash threshold for any transaction within a 30-day period is $1 million. In other words, if I'm buying something from you Steady,
right,
and it values more than $1 million,
right,
it is illegal for me to pay in cash.
Right.
You know that?
Yes.
I might use a check or wire transfer or something else, but it's illegal to pay in cash.
Right.
Now, note in a 30-day period. Which means that from the very first day, I have strong suspicion about that Steady.
Right. Yeah.
$700,000 is just under that threshold.
That is it.
And according to Fitzbailey, is a regular thing. Apparently, it's a monthly thing. Which means that the 1 million threshold is being breached, but they are being very careful to not do it within the 30 days period. Get what I say?
I get it, man. I get it. They're flying under the radar, man.
Exactly. No. My question to Justice Panton, who wants answers from the police, has he asked Mr. Evans to explain why that large transaction cash transaction on a regular basis using Fitzdaly's work?
Good question.
Does anyone in Jamaica, especially at the stature of a director at the Integrity Commission, needs to withdraw $700,000 on a regular basis? May I know, say, if I have now, how many different means we have of paying without cash?
A whole lot of different means.
If only for
check,
safety,
wire transfer, any of them thing there, yeah.
If only for safety study.
Mm-hmm.
If only for safety.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Who was he paying and what was he paying for? We need them answer the brethren.
Right.
Remember, they are the Integrity Commission,
Yeah.
They are expected to hold our politicians, all 84 of them, plus over 30,000 public officials who have to make annual statutory declarations. This commission is expected to hold these people to a high standard of ethical and legal and behavior and of a high level of integrity.
And they do have guidelines. And they do have guidelines that tells them what it is that when certain things occur, what steps they ought to take. So there shouldn't really be no questions as to if something does not fall within the guidelines, that they should know how to proceed. They should not be telling you, go ask this person and that person.
Not to, and I know that if I had an employee who goes out on a regular basis, I'm repeating that. That's what Fitzdaly said. They have not challenged him. They have not denied it so far. Right? Fitzdaly had that interview with Cliff Hughes a few days ago, and this is what he said. And no one at the Integrity Commission, including Mr. Evans himself, who was shot, has not denied what Fitzdaly said. And it is very important that they come out and they deny it and say, well, it was a one-off thing. Because if it's a regular, large monetary withdrawal like that, we need to know, was he or in collusion with other persons circumventing the law of Jamaica about a $1 million cash transaction? And if they were doing this to circumvent that law, what is it that they were paying for, or who were they paying it to? And what business are they in that they would need to circumvent that law?
Will we ever get the answer to these questions? Because let me tell you, one of the reasons why I don't follow up too much on the Integrity Commission, I feel while the Integrity Commission is a good body, and you need a body to to monitor the activities and the transactions of people in the government, etc. You see the mere fact that it was set up the way it was set up. Because say for my favorite friend, the hyena Mark Golden, is one of he's the one who set it up. And while we're not saying that it's no integrity, they act without integrity. To me, integrity is one of the key words. That's not something you take very lightly, because you're either acting with or without integrity. That is
without
just
integrity. Absolutely.
You're acting with or without.
Which is why I will ask the questions. You cannot be saying that you're the Integrity Commission, holding people to a high level of integrity, and at the same time your actions and pronouncement belies that mandate.
Yeah, but what about even the whole situation where, especially as it relates to the whole, whether statutory certification then, and then the whole...
Look at. They might break the law,
Yeah, man. They're not... I don't see them as a...
Because the law does not tell them to audit people's declaration. To certify the declaration is simply to look that everything was submitted, right?
And in the right way.
I like the way the analysis of Jamaica 411. I never think about that analogy, but I like it.
Yeah, she does a good job with that.
When me go to apply for a passport, right? I'm carrying the form. I'm going to go submit it immediately. I'm going to road on the tent, the road on the back, that's all. And I take it in. And the person at the desk takes the form, my declaration, goes over it and says, all right, all of years to sign up, this put in. All right, the picture them sign and then stamp, and okay then, fine. She certified and we can carry it up this other stuff, right? That That's what the Integrity Commission certifying is supposed to do.
Just
All
certify.
they need to do is check to see that everything is in
Verify.
it's supposed to be in it,
Verify
and
that
they
things are,
certify
yeah.
and file it away.
Right.
They don't need to do any audit now to send people go round this and go look. And this auditing is what is holding it up. I hear them certify like 400 and something people per year when they have over 30,000 declarations. They are critical.
Yeah, all this backlog. But it's deliberate though, you know. Even the situation where Mark Golden keeps running out and this one know this and this one know that. I mean, listen, if it's an investigation and it's within the scope of the Integrity Commission to deal with it, then I don't see why they're using this thing. And then when they're going to come out now and say, and I know I'm not really conflating it with the issue you're saying, but I'm just saying,
Yes,
for me, it is highly suspect when you're gonna come out and tell me about you have 6 persons or 8 persons who is under investigation.
Do you know what Mark Golden knows, by the way? Do you know what Mark Golden knows?
Well, I don't know. I know he knows because, as we say, here's the first thing, and keep that question there because I want to come back to it. Here's the first reason why. I was doing a study on the whole FinSat the other day, and around the time when Audley Shaw Bunting did a face off at Parliament about, the sweetheart deals them would then get and so on. Remember, the Integrity Commission, a part of their mission is to also monitor how contracts and all of that thing is given, So here's my thing with it now. After Mark them do everything with them do with FinSac and they came under heavy pressure and whatever, here it is now, them come up. Now in about 2017, 2018, them set it up. Around the time then, 2017, I believe.
Yes, about them something.
Yes, sir. So hear me now. Right after Andrew win the election in 2016, them set up the Integrity Commission to monitor contracts. Because we know the government contracts is a big thing as it relates to, governments and the whole illicit enrichment. It ties into all of those things, So when we see them come now and them set it up there, so we say, okay, there was no Integrity Commission, but as soon as somebody else is now in government, a pocket watch then, so to speak. And now you're having all these call-outs. Make it look now, like I say, the Prime Minister do things where, the Prime Minister now do. And even if the Prime Minister do it, it's not do all along, brethren. So, but just always say, I don't like how them operate, and then you see how them move already.
I don't like how they operate either.
Yeah, I don't.
I really don't.
Yeah.
But the point I was making about Mark Golden or says he knows is how the Integrity Commission is set up. The Director of Investigation is obligated to investigate every complaint or report that comes to them. So watch out now. Me or you steady can just call up the investigator right now.
Frivolously.
Say, say MP so and so, Rona so and so, do so and so. And the investigator is compelled to investigate if something really goes on. If he even just take 5 minutes to look into it and say, foolishness, he's obligated to look into it. So them know who is being investigated because of them I make the call.
Exactly. That is it.
People go call and say, them I send people say, call them and tell them so. So I see the same foolishness come up the other day where they talk about Juliet Holness, the Speaker of the House, is implicated in the death of Melissa Sylvia because
goodness.
Juliet Holness' name appear on a piece of land that was owned by Melissa in a place called Cow Bay. It turns out that neither Melissa nor Juliet owned that or had anything to do with that land. That land is owned by the Chemland. But I'm just giving you a simple point how they do things. They just go out and then get people to call in and say, look into this. And immediately they say, look into this. They have to look into it. So they know who is being investigated. So if I were in my bowling position, I could have called and say, hey, look at now. Me here say Andrew Holness so and so and so. And immediately Andrew Holness would be under investigation. So he could not go to St. Elizabeth or whichever part around and set up on the stage and say, the Prime Minister is being investigated for so and so.
And the propaganda, so you always hear me talk about the hyena propaganda machine. To me, they are using the Integrity Commission as a propaganda machine. Because here the thing, you set up investigation knowing fully well. If you got, if anybody can call up and say investigate this or investigate that, if you full up for them hands that investigate all of the blue crayon them, you understand me, in a one box, but you never point them to the, while you ignore the orange crayon them, which is much brighter, in the next box, then all you really do is distract them. So, me not trust them, brother.
I think I like the way it works in the US.
Yeah.
If you make a false 911 call,
Yeah.
they're going to respond to the 911 call, but when they come down here and they realize that there's no fire, there's nothing, them go and investigate who made the call and prosecute that person.
That is it.
Right? And I think we need a clause like that. You make a false report. Basically, what look, call a spade a spade. The PNP has weaponized the IC. And we need a law like this to stop that weaponizing of the IC. It needs to stop. Can our country move forward if we are going to be perennially distrustful of our leaders? Them can't leave in a way. If they say, come here, go around this, so we now go with them because we don't trust them. And I'm not saying that they are paragons of virtue and they are also trustworthy. You understand?
True.
But we must have a level of trust, even with a little bit of skepticism. Right?
Yes.
But we need a level of trust where we can say to the government, all right, we could try to move forward with this. But if they continue to create that distrust, and by the way, it works against the opposition.
Yeah.
Because when they're creating this distrust of politicians, if and when them win elections, the distrust of politicians is not going to evaporate immediately,
Well said, well said, well said, well said, well said, well said. The way I see it, my brethren, is that they just want to win power at any cost right now. On YouTube, a daily propaganda.
Names, but
Yeah, no call their name, no call their name. Just say what they do. Just say what they do.
I see them all the time.
Yeah, man.
I see them all the time. They have Andrew Oldest picture up there with tears that come down their face.
Yeah, man.
And the headline, Andrew Oldest about to be arrested. And,
But Mr. Tufton go up on a program the other day. I mean, I tell you, all the PMP talking points. Go over the man where they used to produce music, but I go call his name. They had to laugh because Tufton took down every one of them and their talking points to their faces.
Tell you something about
Yeah, man, go on.
This kind of propaganda. Way back. We're going way back with this now, right?
Yeah, man.
Long and short of it, I think Edwin Allen was the minister, education minister. I think quite sure. But long and short of it,
Yeah.
they always have this thing from that time, the PNP talk about the two missing schools.
Yeah.
Basically, money thief and the two schools never did. They always talk about the two missing schools.
Two missing
They try to look that up.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man, two missing schools. The long and short of it is this, it was just governmental procedure, right?
Right.
Then let's say I don't know the exact monies now. I could research it and I'll let you know.
Yeah.
But the long and short of it is that let's say they were supposed to build 13 schools.
Yeah.
At a cost of $10 million at
Right.
the time, right?
Right.
But by the time they go through the contracts, procedures, and blah blah, go round, and escalation and inflation and all them things there. By the time the schools were supposed to build the money, they couldn't build the say 13 or whatever number school. They could build 2 less schools.
Right.
Right? After the time, the thing now, they talk about how JLP corrupt because the 2 missing schools,
Yes. Yes.
They talk about the 2 missing schools.
Yes.
The money was stolen.
Yes. It's a propaganda, man, because you remember the other day, I don't remember that figure they were call about $1 trillion missing. And let me tell you what, just
No
in
such
conjunction with what you said a while ago. No such thing. But no, here's how Tufton answered that question. They say, yeah, in terms of the accounting, there's a lot of money that's missing, but a lot of the missing money, it take place from under the PNP administration. PNP only focus on winning election, They don't focus on governance,
I compare them to a dog where I chase a car. Dog chase kids stand up on the roadside and chase every car. If he catch one car, he can't do nothing with it.
He can't do that. I like that. Exactly. Remember the other day I pull up an article in 2016 where I said the reason why they lost the election is how much money they get. And me make the joke, I say it look like... Yeah, talk man if you want to talk. Talk.
Yeah, man, which campaign money and who never turn.
Exactly.
You said that would be an investigation by FBI,
Exactly. And they said that...
But we just leave it alone because it's PNP, so-called PNP internal business. And I keep telling my brethren them that there's no such thing as PNP internal business or JLP internal business now, because at the end of the day, what they are the ones who govern this country. When they go parliament, go talk, or whatever they do there, it forms law and it affects every one of us lives. But can't excuse these things as internal party matters. It is not internal party matters.
No, it's not, sir. It's not at all. So, and
the people that suffer loss and the bury, right?
right.
And I walk around and beg money for the same people.
Oh my God, does that even make sense?
I beg money for the same people. Just to take care. I say, oh man, that was so poor.
But
you understand? I wanted to remind him of something that he said.
yeah.
On the increase of their salaries, right? Where they were saying the politicians took so much for themselves and gave the public so little. That's not really true. I need to do a research on it, you know. Based on the increases, I mean, none of it was called 100%. But if you look at the increases, a lot of people get close to 100% or probably even more now. But anyway, that's another the point.
That's another
the point
thing.
is, Mark Moore, it said I'm going to take fee money and give to charity because the government wicked and basically rob the poor people. So him now go refuse him increase. I'm going to take him increase.
With an eye.
Giving it
Aye.
away.
The man is a hypocrite, brother.
Yeah,
yeah. The man.
If I ask him why he never just give some of that then to the people and instead of go around and a beg. It's not poor now.
You're not getting on to no poor.
How much scholarships they give? How much house in bill?
Me know you nothing about that.
I don't know why our local people are so mute.
Yeah.
You know, he has this arrangement with Bahamas where he gave them $20 million US, so-called for housing development. And the bankers in Bahamas is having a fit over it because they are saying, as far as they're concerned, is that here is a person with political power gifting their government $20 million US. And they see it as an attempt to outmuscle the smaller banks in Bahamas and to basically take over their financial space. You can look up that 20 million donation. And
I will.
Donation, if you read it, it did not say it was a country. When I read it, it didn't say it was a gift from Proven.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh.
It made an allusion that he is affiliated to Proven. But it did not say it was from Proven. It said it was from Mark Holding.
My goodness. I see no what him do for Jamaica, you know.
What influence is he buying in Bahamas?
Yeah.
You need to look up those articles.
Yeah. I definitely will. This man is playing a game now. When you see him down there, so him know say he need the vote. So you see him a jungle and him a walk among the common people. But you can look at the man and see so the man is not even comfortable walking among the common people. And few people them in turn is like them just comfortable for sure a white man can look for them and talk to them and not give them nothing. So you hold the black man to the highest standard, you know. But this man can get away with almost every and anything.
Absolutely.
And they run come and they defend them. But this integrity commission that we've been talking about, until I see some changes maybe in terms of their processes and the people who are there, and until me see them look like they're willing to look into matters that concern PNP, I can only take with a grain of salt what they say. And it is a shame.
Why do we even bother? Right? Remember, it was the police who used to do corruption investigation. And it's the police that took corruption. We could get a new body that is independent of the police who will probably give us a better investigation and hold people accountable. Right? Even Greg Christie himself, sometimes he makes some pronouncements and is like they're just forever people. People don't remember them. Now, Greg Christie, when the IC was established, he said that there wouldn't be any difference in the application of the law when I reach our court, right? Because the immigrant sure say some politician go prison. I'm paraphrasing, not quoting word for word. And the first thing I ask, is he saying he knows for a fact that we have politicians who are breaking the law? Because by saying that he might go put some politician in prison, he might tell us he knows them are criminal.
Yeah,
you
man.
don't make statements like that.
Yeah, man. They're just using it to rile at the public.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
You see? And obviously, based on what them applying the law, they obviously not applying the law equally as he said he would.
Yeah, equally, and them now apply it to the extent to which the Integrity Commission is going to have any real effect in changing anything that is happening or that is said to be happening. So, I appreciate the information that you share, and your questions are very, very valid, my brother. I keep Mark Gold in the titles of my video because they say when the head of the stream dirty, the rest of it is going to be dirty, And but look at this man from so many different angles, and no matter how many angles I look at this man from, him still come up short.
Difficult to find a good side.
It's difficult to find a good side.
Let me say this about the election.
Yeah, man.
I am very fearful of them winning the election.
I am too.
I'll tell you why. I'm telling you why. It's because we do not have a PNP existing anymore. I started using that term and I realized that Natalia and Liz and them people start using that problem because we didn't really want to popularize that term, right? We start calling them rump.
Yeah, the rump. Rump, yeah.
RUMP, Rise United Movement Party.
Yeah.
Because
that makes sense.
That is what it is. There are two parties in the PNP.
Yeah, absolutely.
Movement Party and the OPNP,
the one PNP.
Right?
Oh my God.
If you take a good look, you will realize who is where. Right?
Mm-hmm.
The Rise United are the ruthless ones.
Like
Holding and Bitter.
Bunting.
I will call him Bitter Bunting.
Yeah, but here somebody call him so too. Yeah.
Bitter Bunting and when him Chamberlain, them kind of
Data. Right? Yeah, man, we know them, man. We know them.
On the other side.
People lose seat and still up on the front line of the political party. So it means to say they're willing to go against the will of the people to have their own way.
What I'm saying, I'm worried about them becoming government, is that if you observe carefully, they are at war with each other. They say, when they say you hear them talk about this person was selected to run the area and they want that other person, basically what is happening, both sides want to get their candidates in. Right? So you're always going to have this tug of war between the two sides to establish dominance. No country can run under that. No country can run under that. My brother, I am so happy that we spoke today. Yes, from time to time. I love talking to you as usual. Yes, sir. From time to time, we will talk on political matters because it's good when people can hear it from somebody else as well. So I don't know if you have any final words for us. Or just one thing I want to say to Jamaica. Look, Jamaica, we're not in the 50s and 40s and 60s where our literacy rate is at 30 and 40%. Our literacy rate is over 80% now. Right. Only stop here, say. Jamaica always say they hear, say. And for me, come always hear, say, them say. Well, as far as me know, them always say a lot of damn nonsense. You understand? Yes, man. What we need to do, we need to read. You understand? And even where the information is from a biased source, read it and think about what you know and put them together and see what is really there. All of the things that they're telling you about the economy not going good. Go to Institute of Jamaica website now. Go to IMF website then if you not trust on Jamaica. Right. Go to so many other places where you can read about what is happening with your economy rather than listening to what them say. Yes, sir. God, them always chat foolishness. Thank you. Well said. Well said, my brother. Enough respect. Thank you so much. Yeah, man. Bless you.